dream. She doesn't know what the American dream is. Over the past 4 years, Kamala and crooked Joe Biden have presided over an economic reign of terror, committing one financial atrocity after another. As Vice President, Kamala cast the deciding votes that caused the worst inflation in American history. You're all victims of it. We all are. Everybody is a victim of it. It's a nation buster, costing the typical family $28,000. Under her policies, household wealth has plummeted by $33,000 per family.
Man, my goodness. So there's former President Trump slamming Kamala Harris, understandably, over an economic reign of terror, threatening the American dream as families face an unsustainable surge in the cost of living. So this is not a partisan situation, to say the least. Joining me now, Forbes media chairman and editor-in-chief, Steve Forbes, and former Moody's chief economist, John Lonski. I have a tiny feeling both of you gentlemen know a little bit more than I do about economist theories and such. But
that they're wrong if they're from the liberals.
They're wrong if they're from the liberals. But in listening to all of this, Steve, let me ask you first. We've got people who understand that they've caused damage. We see it, right? Everybody understands we've got a problem. She seems to have no problem continuing that. She's not giving us any ideas, but the one idea she did stand up for as her own was the price controls, was the thing that we know historically fails and destroys people's lives. Do you have some insight about the nature of what she might really be trying to do here? What do you know? Anything we don't?
It's a cover up with a smile.
There you go.
Cover up, make you feel good, even though you're in a bad shape.
Yeah.
And that's why they think they can keep her in this bubble, floating above it all, and make people forget that she was around for 3.5 years. She was the last one to leave the room. And on price controls, everything that she's been for in the last few years, she still believes in.
Correct.
And what they'll do is, for example, stoves, gas stoves. She'll say, I don't want to ban gas stoves. They'll just put in regulations that make 96% of them, which the EPA is in the process of doing, illegal. EVs, we're not going to ban internal combustion engine cars. They'll just put in regulations where those cars will no longer be affordable, tailpipe emissions and stuff like that. So they're going to accomplish their socialist agenda, but they're going to try to do it with a smile as they lead you to the guillotine.
Yeah, Mr. Lonski, I think that we've got a situation. You're Steve. You're Mr. Lonski. We've got a situation here where the American people really are desperate for a solution. I don't know. We've been saying this about Kamala Harris, that she's not talking because it generally is going to keep doing the same thing of the last 4 years, but on steroids. And it's anonymous people issuing statements saying, oh, she doesn't believe that anymore, giving her plausible deniability. Do you think they're going that far, like as this plot to just make sure they can continue what they've been doing?
Yeah, I think so. And of course, they're going to try to say, we don't want fracking, we don't want EVs anymore. But then again, isn't that telling us that these are Trump's ideas and it's an example of where imitation is the highest form of flattery? I think that's what we're looking at. Going forward, if we're going to have more Bidenomics for the next 4 years, good luck for the average American. Good luck for these recent college graduates who can't find a decent job. One of the reasons why the Biden administration pushed so hard for student loan forgiveness is because so many recent graduates cannot find jobs that pay enough so they can repay the loans. That's an admission of defeat. The policies aren't working. This is an overregulated, overtaxed economy, and we're going to pay for it.
Speaking of that, when it comes to a redistribution of wealth with the loan bailouts, but also this unrealized gains tax, this remarkable situation where you're going to pay a tax, let's say the stock market, and we've seen the stock market go up and down and up and down and up and down. You're going to pay a tax on something that, in fact, then maybe you'll lose the money that you paid the tax on. And you just don't know where it's ever going to land, and it's affected by government decision making.
Yes.
Is this, so this is, they go back to saying that people have been paying this unrealized gains tax as property tax. But, how is this traditionally, without crazy economics, traditionally increase in value? And you're paying for the use of things within your city right? So, I mean, you're paying the schools and the roads and everything else. What do you say to that analogy that, oh, we've been doing this all the time, it's fine?
Yeah, it's one thing to do it for your house, not everything else. And again, this is smiling socialism, you might call it. They'll say only the rich will be affected by this wealth tax.
Right.
They'll start with that. Just remember, the earned minimum tax started in the late 1960s with a handful of people. Then, before Trump changed it, it was encompassing 5 million people. So they'll start with a high level, and then, by golly, it'll crash down because they know the middle class has the money. The rich, even if they took all their wealth, would pay for about, what, 6 months of government.
You're itching there. You got last word.
Yeah, if you go ahead and hurt the rich, you are hurting the most talented people in this economy. Most often, the economy suffers. And I'll tell you, with this wealth tax they're talking about, higher capital gains tax, you're going to wreck the equity market. And a lot of these retirees, record number of retirees, are going to be suffering because their 401k plans will be lower by 25 to 50%.
And gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Dare I say that maybe that's the plan? Maybe that is the plan, is some kind of suffering and chaos that requires a complete remaking of the American system.
When the government mucks up, the government tries to grab more power.
That's it. That's what
Been
it's
doing
about.
it for decades.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.